The latest terrible dogma. Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to another coffee time with John. I am loving my morning again. I wanted to hop on and talk about something. You know, there seems to be these new stories, these new spiritual dogmas that come up as we move through life. And, you know, the latest one has been the 5D thing. Everybody's talking about the 5D experience, right? It's just a new dogma. It's a new path to follow. And when you seek a path will be laid before you. But until you turn the path back to yourself, you never find the doorway. I often say that in basically saying what the man told me. So, but one of the ones that I think is fascinating, in the past couple of years, the concept that the world, Earth, our life, reincarnation is all a soul trap. It's this belief that we live in a trap or a prison, and it's our souls are trapped here. It's this new belief, this new spiritual belief that we are victims, and we are subjugated to. And it's fascinating to me because it goes against every ancient spiritual principle there is. Greater works than I have done you will do. Nothing will be impossible for you. What you think you become, you create the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Those are all like it's Gandhi, that's Buddha, that's Jesus, that's all of those ancient teachers never said, give up, you're in a soul trap. Give up, you're in a sewer matrix. Give up, you're in this terrible place where you're doomed, right? And it literally is a new and for lack of a better word, new age concept, because it's this belief that's being created. What is a belief? A belief is a dogma. It's you believe this, so that's the construct you have to live in. I recently had the opportunity to deal with someone who was very much lost in this idea that the world is a soul trap and we are meant to suffer and all this stuff. And it's really interesting because, my life experience is joyful. My life experience is one where I love and I am loved in return. And what's fascinating to me is this person was just angry and bitter and called me fat. And it made me laugh out loud because it was like he had no argument. All he could do was call names because his argument didn't hold water. Right? There's nothing in what he said that held water. And he would use things like, well, the near-death experience, whatever. But near-death experiences all show us there's a love out there that's greater than we could possibly understand. So it comes down to this idea of this soul trap. It's the latest new age dogma that people are latching on to. We are meant to suffer. We are here to do this. We are, and unfortunately, this one literally says you're a victim. And now your belief system is that you're going to be a victim. And since your belief system is you're a victim, your life is going to be crap. It's going to be terrible because you're going to be victimized through your entire life because that's your belief. I don't believe that for my life. I don't believe that. My life is joyful and happy and filled with love. And when I see people who are choosing to be victims in life, right? The interesting thing about the people who choose to be victims is they will justify, they will project stories, they will literally try to prove themselves right by creating a narrative around what they're saying. And unfortunately, that narrative that they're pushing is a non-reality. I recently had someone who I was talking to online, and I since have hidden from the channel, because she just got nasty. But at one point, she was telling me what I believe, and I said, "No, I don't believe that. That's not at all what I believe, nor is that what I've ever said." And she says, "You just have to be right, don't you?" And my thought was, right about what I believe? Yeah, because I'm the only one who knows what I believe, right? But she was creating a narrative and a justification around what she wanted to believe, right? What made her feel powerful. And a lot of these people who are talking about soul traps and like that, they're creating narratives. They're creating narratives, and then the people who are most victimized in the world will use it as a justification for the fact that their life sucks. They will use the idea that the world is a soul trap or a sewer matrix or any of those things, or that they can knock people down for various things, and they can make stories up to make their stories sound good. And they don't realize that the stories they make up are their stories. But when they make up stories about what somebody else is believing, and that person says, "That's not what I believe," and they still have to be, "Yes, it is what you believe," that makes no sense, because that's their story. That's their justification. And in soul traps, people are justifying why their life sucks. And they're saying, "My life sucks because of this." But the interesting thing is, the reason their life sucks is because they declare, "My life sucks." They believe their life sucks. They don't. They sit in their present moment and they focus on issues that have happened and the victim. They're living in the past. They're not taking control of their own destiny, their own future. They need to sit here in this moment and go, "I am living a joyful life, and I am no longer living a life that sucks. I am joyfully moving forward." I have done this multiple times in my life where things have come out and I have changed my experience, right? And you slip, you fall. Sometimes you lose your faith because of various experiences. I have always been able to go back and figure out what exactly I was thinking that made the things happen. I've always been able to find the place where my belief changed. And now as I'm older, they happen less and less and less, because now I understand how my beliefs have changed in the past. And I keep my beliefs pretty much in check. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. And, do I still have my issues? Of course I do. We all do. You wouldn't be in the physical plane if you had no issues, because the issues are part of the journey. But to put your faith and your belief into soul traps and being a victim of life, being a victim of some force or aliens or whatever, you're choosing to create a life that is the life of a victim, and you're going to be victimized. So that new dogma, that new terrible dogma of a soul trap, you can choose it if you'd like, but you won't like, because it'll show you that you're a victim. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.